Hey guys, thanks for tuning into Tales from AmysCrypt. Today I'm going to be talking about a ghost story from Mexico City, the House of Aunt Toña. I recently spent a few weeks traveling through Mexico, which I found to have a bunch of awesome haunted locations. I was able to visit a cool mummy museum and Doll Island, which you can find videos for on my channel and where you should also subscribe to. The one ghost story that I became obsessed with in Mexico was the House of Aunt Toña. This is a truly creepy story, and I was able to locate a bunch of creepy images online of this perfect looking haunted house. Now I really wanted to track down that house for myself, see if it existed in real life and whether there was any actual substance to that story. Now Aunt Toña was an elderly lady of extreme wealth that lived her reclusive life in a forest in a large mansion. It is told that her solitude came after the death of her husband, which caused her to slump into a Great Depression. To alleviate her sadness and loneliness, Toña actually took in homeless street children. She brought them into her own mansion, she cared for them, fed them, gave them shelter. This kindness was actually noticed by the townspeople, who grew a liking towards Toña for her great charity works. Though most of the community was appreciative towards Toña, some were not. The children who were actually welcomed into her mansion were cruel and constantly played pranks on her. Now this story has two variations to its end. Both are pretty tragic. The first one tells of a mental break that Toña had, which caused her to retaliate against the kids who'd been so cruel to her. Aunt Toña supposedly murdered the children and hid their bodies in the creek concealed by a gully next to her home. Stricken with guilt over this murder, she then took her own life within one of the rooms in her great mansion. The second variation tells of rumoured treasure that Aunt Toña had hidden within her mansion that some of the children tried to locate. Now this story ends with the children beating Aunt Toña to death very brutally whilst trying to locate and steal her treasure. Despite these different story adaptations, many believe that that area is very haunted. A lot of people have claimed to hear cries of children coming from the gully right below Aunt Toña's house, whilst others have claimed to see the apparition of Aunt Toña peering through the windows of her old home. Though it doesn't prove that this legend is true, I am able to confirm, and I'm very happy to have found, the House of Aunt Toña. It took me about 2 days of searching through Mexico City's Chapultepec Forest, which is absolutely massive, but I found it, so let's check it out. Hey guys, I'm currently in Mexico City. I'm out looking for one of the city's most haunted places. I've read a lot of legends about it online, but there is not a lot of information as to whether it still actually exists or where to find it. I had a look around yesterday without success, but I'm back today feeling a bit better about finding it. So I believe this is the best vantage point of Aunt Toña's house. There's no way I can access the house any closer or any further. Just below me is the gully that supposedly children's bodies were disposed of. I'll place the GPS coordinates for the best vantage point of the House of Aunt Toña below. This is someone's private residence though, so please don't go trespassing in their house. Thanks so much for watching. If you know of the Aunt Toña legend, have heard of a different variation, or have any of your own stories, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more. And as always, until next time, stay spooky.